Hello children. Today we are going to start the chapter 3 of a computer syllabus, that is starting a computer. Okay? Now, a computer is what? In short, it is a machine. Now, machine means anything which makes a man's work easy. In simple language, machine means what? Anything which makes a man's work easy. So similarly, we will learn how to start a computer, what are the parts associated with computer, what things include in a computer. Okay, so let us start quickly. Now the contents that we are going to cover in this chapter are learning how to switch on computer, then we will learn about hardware, software, operating system and storage devices. Okay, and in storage devices we are going to learn three main storage device. Fine. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in this chapter. Now, as we know that a computer is a machine and it works on electricity. If the electricity is not there, your computer will not work. Fine? A computer always works on electricity. Okay? Now, to start a computer, first connect the computer plug into the electrical socket. Okay, computer plug, first we have to connect it into the socket, electrical socket, and then we have to switch on the power supply button on the CPU. It is mainly present on in the front of the CPU. Okay, after connecting the computer plug inside the electrical socket, we have to switch on the power button on CPU. Just like your television has the power button, right? To switch on the TV, we first on the power button of the TV, right? Similarly, to on the computer, we have to switch on the power button of the computer, and that is located on the CPU. On the front side of CPU, power button of computer is located. Okay, you have to press that, and then your computer will be on. Fine. Now, the first topic that we are going to see is hardware. Hardware are those parts of the computer that you can see and touch. Now, before understanding hardware, just think of your body. Which are the parts of your body that you can see and touch? Your hands, legs, your face. These are the parts that you can see and touch. Similarly, in computer part, there are some parts of the computer that you can see and you can touch, and that parts are referred as hardware. Okay, for example, keyboard, mouse, these are the parts that you can see and touch, and therefore they are referred as hardware. As I have just said, hardware includes those parts of the computer that we can see, touch and feel. For example, keyboard, mouse, CPU, monitor, these all parts are the parts that we can see, touch and feel, and therefore they are referred as hardware. Fine. So moving on. Now, the parts of our body that we cannot see and cannot touch, the parts such as our heart, lungs, brain, these are the parts that we cannot see and cannot touch. Therefore, in computer part also, there are some parts of computer that we cannot see and cannot touch, but still we can perform some task on over it. Okay. Now, and that parts are nothing but software. Now, a computer is a dumb machine. It cannot do any work by itself. We have to always instruct computer about what to do. Okay, it cannot do anything by itself. In order to make computer work, there should be some brain, there should be someone to tell computer what to do every time, and that brain of a computer which gives instructions, which gives commands to the computer about what action must be performed, and that is called as software. Okay, a software is nothing but it is a brain of computer which gives commands to the computer about what action is to be performed, and that is nothing but referred as software. Fine. So moving on. Now the third topic that we are going to see is operating system. An operating system is very important for the computer. without operating system we cannot perform any of the task on the computer. Okay, an operating system is a system that controls all other parts of the computer system. All the parts of the computer system are controlled by operating system. Okay, it makes sure that each part is performing well and also giving the desired results. Fine. So for example, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 10 that is currently used, and these are the examples of the operating system. So moving on. Now, the storage devices are the devices that are used to store any of the data, any of the required data of the user. Fine. Now, data as in we can store any documents, we can store any movies, we can store any songs. Fine. Any of these things we can store inside the storage devices. Even we can store the softwares inside the storage device. Okay, all the information is stored inside the storage devices. Now, a software is stored in all the storage places like hard disk, CD, and pen drive. Okay, now we are going to see the few storage devices. First, we will see hard disk, then we will move towards CD, and lastly, we will see pen drive. Now, the first storage device that we are going to see is hard disk. The image that you are seeing on the screen, on the rightmost part of the screen, that image is of hard disk. Okay, it looks like a big notebook. Okay, of the computer, and any of the information, any amount of information we can store inside the hard disk. And the capacity, the storage capacity of the hard disk is very high. Okay, it has very large storage capacity. Fine. And it is fixed inside the CPU. It is fixed inside the central processing unit. Okay, fine. Now, the second device that we are going to see is CD-ROM. CD-ROM is also a storage device, and storage device, as in the name suggests, it is used to store our information. It is used to store any kind of data inside it. Okay, now CD-ROM stands for compact disk read-only memory. It is also having the large capacity, and it can also be removed or put inside the CPU as needed. Okay. Now, the third device that we are going to see is USB flash drive. These are the smallest and portable drives. Now, portable means you can carry this device to whichever place you want. Okay, hard disk you cannot carry to whichever place you want because it is already fixed inside the CPU. But this USB flash drive, they are small and portable drives, and you can carry them to whichever place you want. And they are also called as pen drives. Now this pen drives you must have seen in many of the teachers' hands in our school. Okay, now since it is used to store the information, that's why they are also called as storage devices. Now we are done with the third chapter of the computer syllabus. So let us quickly revise what we have studied so far in this chapter. Okay, first we have seen how to switch on the computer. Initially you have to insert the computer plug inside the socket, and then you have to switch on the power button of the computer. Fine. Now, then we have seen about hardware. Now, hardware are those parts of the computer that you can see and touch. Then we have seen about software. Software is nothing but a brain of the computer that tells computer, that gives instructions to the computer about what action is to be performed. Now, computer is a dumb machine. It cannot perform any task by itself. Therefore, it needs a brain that tells computer about what action is to be performed, and that brain is called as software. Fine. And these are the parts, and software are also the parts that you cannot see and cannot touch. Then we have seen about operating system, and operating system is very important for the computer. Without operating system, your cannot perform any task on the computer because it controls all other parts of the computer. It gives instructions to all other parts of the computer. Okay, and it makes sure that each part is performing well and giving us desired results. Fine. Now, then we have seen about the storage devices. Storage devices, as the name suggests, it is used to store our data, any kind of information inside it. Now, a computer has an inbuilt storage device inside it, and that is the hard disk. Hard disk is already fixed inside the CPU. It has very large storage capacity. Now, it also looks like a notebook and of the computer. Okay, this was the first storage device we have seen. Then next we have seen about the CD-ROM. CD-ROM stands for compact disk read-only memory. Fine. Now, it is also having the large capacity, and depending upon the user's need, you can remove or insert it inside the CPU. Okay. Now, then next device that we have seen is pen drives. Pen drives are the small and portable devices. Portable as in they can be carried to whichever place you want, and that's why they are small and portable devices. Okay. Then they are also called as USB flash drives. These pen drives you must have seen in the hands of teachers of the school. Since it is used to store data inside it, any kind of information you can store inside the pen drive. Therefore, it is also referred as a storage device. Okay. Now I am attaching the worksheet with this video. You need to solve that worksheet and send it on my email. I will see you in next session. Thank you.